that's the cool thing about our region, the Sacramento Bay Area, is that, the Independency.
Mm-hmm.
When you go major, a label can give you a little spotlight, your little shine for a little bit, then they'll shelve you, right?
Oh, yeah.
But when you're independent, right, like think about Too Short, like he's been one of the longest pioneers of this, of the independent route.
Yeah.
Still selling out, still doing, being relevant.
Yeah, he's not waiting on nobody to drop. He's not waiting on nobody for an answer to a question. He's
Right.
just doing it how he wants to do it.
Right. I forgot who I was talking to, or I think I was watching an interview. I was watching a Jay Diggs interview, but he also told me this in the studio too. But he's like, the thing about being independent is like, you go to smaller cities, right? That the majors won't go to, but there's still a bag in every little city.
Yeah.
So your bag gonna add up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they'll show out for you just as much as like a major city would.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the cool thing about being independent and, all money in to yourself, really.
Oh, for sure. And we're even seeing stuff, over in Vallejo with LaRussell right now, where he's doing he's making money in his own backyard. Like that's different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like really able to make a venue for himself, really able to, rehearse and make money off rehearsing and stuff like that. And, the first goal is to be able to make money off something we love, right? The second goal is to make money off of, where we're at, and for him to, create an ecosystem like that all of his own in his own city and stuff, it really shows that not only just in our area, but anybody across any medium, any city, any country, they can do it as well. It's the foundation's there. It's just for you to actually build that foundation.
Right.
You know what
and
I'm saying?
just do it.
Yeah.
That's why like what we said in the beginning, like you don't need all that fancy shit. Just do it.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Make nothing into something.
Yeah. Because you can always get better as it goes.
Right. Yeah.
You can never go back and say, damn, all right, let me go back and try it again. No, but you can always improve as it goes.
Facts.
So it's like sometimes, as long as you get started, you're closer to the finish line than you are, to where you started in a sense.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is our season 2 first episode, and we're back with new equipment and all that from what we started off to.
Right.
It's just, like you said, we started off where we could still have what we had, but we learned and we progressed from what we came from. So it was like, why not, better ourselves and, upgrade what we can.
a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't know where you can even improve until you put it into practice.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know what to train until you fail at something,
Right. You just got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you learn as you go, as long as you don't stop.
No, for sure.
Really.
It's like a muscle.
Yeah.
You just keep training it, training it until the comfort level's there. Because that's all it is. Sometimes we doubt ourselves or there's like an uncomfortable, feeling or something.
Yeah.
But, once you just hit the ground and get moving and, don't look back and stop worrying about what other people have to say about what it is you care about or, that's when you make the biggest, the biggest improvements in your own life, I feel like.
When you put your own passion into it too, because you just progress and wanting to learn more and more about it,
Right.
You're all in, like you said, you're just all in for it and all in for yourself for it,
Right.
Foot on the gas, don't take it off.
Yeah. You got to be. You really got to be.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, I mean, speaking, obviously we're talking about the independent side and just working your ass off. I want to ask, because I've, like you said, we've been knowing each other for a long time. What is the most different from the artist Aaron Lee from back in, the pull-up days, the Too Bad days?
Yeah.
As opposed to right now? Like what steps have you taken? What growth do you think is shining right now from
back then to now?
And that's allowing your spotlight to shine,
That's a great question. I want to give a big shout out to Q. Q made the beat, my mentor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When we first started, I mean, I was 16 at the time and didn't know how to really find my studio voice, the difference between a studio voice and your live performing voice. So being coached through him, now I think I'm able to hold my own. Like before, because I've worked with him from 16 all the way till now. So I never went to any other studio, any other engineer.
Oh, yeah.
Once I really locked in with him. So getting his coach and his mentorship really got me to the point now where I can go into any studio and just hold my own, you know?
Yeah.
And not second. Well, sometimes we be second guessing ourselves, right? We're not perfect. I'm not perfect, but I'm more confident for sure.
Oh, yeah,
more
for sure.
confident. Like back then, I used to write in my notebook and stuff. Now I can just punch in line by line or just freestyle some shit, come up with a verse on the spot the day of.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just just better at it.
No, those
those are the days, bro. Those are the days.
That's what I was gonna say. Inside sources. Those sessions were interesting. He used to push you, bro. Like he would push
you. You fucking suck. Yeah. He's like, get out the booth. He's like, do you really want to do this or not? Like, sit down and think for a second. And I'm just like, fuck. Like, do I really want to do this?
Studio sessions we go to, he'd be in there, and then I'd be like, that shit sounds tight. And he'll be like, fucking not doing it right.
Fuck no.
And he starts singing and be like this. And you're like, yeah, okay, one more time. And then I'm like,
he's like doing it for you.
Man, keep my sound right in my ear. He's like, no, it don't. It ain't right out here. Everyone's quiet though.
We don't know. I thought that shit was dope.
For real. But he definitely toned down a little bit, man. I love you, Q.
But no, that's what created greatness. Yes, that's what creates that's what builds that muscle in a sense. You know what I'm saying? That's what also gets you ready. Like I remember from a young age, you were really in tune with like your vocal chords and just taking care of your voice with the honey, taking tea before your sessions. Like you were always way miles ahead of us. Like, you know, we were all 16, 17 and like you were the only one doing that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like a lot of, you know, those things, a lot of, you know, Q's coaching and those things are the reason, you know.
Absolutely.
Your artistry was able to grow the way it was because of every step, every brick you laid along the way. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. 1000%. Like I always give it up to Q, bro. Cause like without that tough love, man, like I would not be where I'm at today, bro. And